Hello everyone, it's Megray. Welcome to another One Chunk House tutorial, and we will be building in the swamp biome today using exclusively swamp biome blocks, which isn't that many when you think about it. Here are all the materials that you'll need for this house. This should be the bare minimum, not including any decorative items, or very little decorative items I should say. If you wanted to switch out some of the four-sided oak wood with oak logs, you're more than welcome to do that if it's cheaper for you to do so. I'm just using all of the wood just because it's easier for me so I don't have to worry about it. And aside from that, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. You could always mix in some other types of wood if you really wanted to. Honestly, it might look better with other types of wood. But since we are in a swamp biome, I'm just going to keep it all oak, even though it is a little bit boring. I just thought I'd try it. Now we can get started building. This house, as I said before, is 16 by 16, and I'm going to be building it in one layer of water. It's not a house that goes on stilts, although you could add stilts to it if your water is deeper. Follow along with the floor plan on the left. It's easier for me to just build out the blocks first, and then all of that blue outlined area is going to be filled in with oak slabs, and that will be our floor. Of course, you could use full blocks, but honestly, slabs are just a resource saver, so why not use them? With the main floor done, the rest of the house is going to be very easy to add on to. So now we're going to place some barrels on the right side, 6 to be exact, and then on the left side, we're going to be lining the edges with campfires, with their fire put out, of course. And line that edge again with trapdoors, just to serve as a little bit of railing. Next, we're going to locate all of the places where we have our oak wood or barrels, and we're going to stack more oak wood on top of those in the exact number that I've shown on the left. So we're just going to stack that number of those blocks in those spaces. It's pretty self-explanatory. Once you're finished with that, we're going to do the same thing on top of wherever we see the stripped wood. So stack the stripped wood up this many times on these spaces. Finish off this wall by putting some stripped oak along the top, leaving holes for the door and the window. Then along the side we're going to put some regular oak wood and then a couple of planks actually, and that's going to be very important that those are planks so it blends in with the floor. And then one more piece of oak wood right on the left in between these two pillars. Now along that same line where we had that oak wood, go ahead and put 3 oak wood there between those pillars and then connect this one pillar to this other pillar from behind. On this side of the wall, we're going to have to do an extra row of oak wood right here in between these 2 tall pillars, and then 3 extra blocks behind the pillar on the right. And moving to the front, let's continue the framing by putting 3 more oak wood in the front, and then over here between these 2 pillars, it's going to be 1 block higher than those, and 3 going across. And now that we have done that, we have completely framed the second floor, and we can go ahead and fill that in with some oak slabs, just like we did before. And go ahead and grab all 6 of your stairs and create a staircase from the first floor to the second floor right here, with 2 full planks in the middle. Now we can continue framing this house with our oak wood, so find this one tall pillar right here sticking out, and we're going to pull that oak wood all the way across till we reach the other side. Then on top of that, we'll frame our window, spacing these pillars 2 blocks apart from each other, with the center pillar being 3 blocks tall and the left one being 2 blocks tall. Then we'll make a triangle shape using the stripped wood. Make sure that your stripped wood is all going vertical so that the lines will line up nicely. Go ahead and fill in these 2 walls with the stripped wood too, and leave a 2 block space for a doorway here. And for this wall, we're just going to be placing 4 stripped oak along the top. Again, make sure all of these have the vertical orientation, just so we're consistent. And we're going to continue doing this on all of these, so put 3 here. For the center window, we're going to create this shape, leaving a gap for a window. And then of course to the front, go ahead and fill in all of those walls, just leave 1 opening for a doorway. Now we're going to work on the roof, so go to this side window and go ahead and create the shape using oak planks and slabs. and we're just going to make it stick out 1 block away from the walls. Don't worry about adding any more to it. Well, you can go ahead and smooth it off with slabs so you make a nice smooth shape, but don't worry about connecting it in the back yet. Now we'll recreate that same thing on the other side, again smoothing off all of those corners with slabs. Now create the smaller version of this on this side and smooth it off with slabs. And once you have those all in place, then we can just connect them along the top. Very simple. We're going to do a flat roof on this part of the house. Using oak slabs, we're going to place them on every other row, making sure they stick out 1 block's distance away from the walls. It's pretty easy if you just see what I'm doing. And then in between all of those, we're going to put an extinguished campfire. Try to get the campfires facing the same direction I'm putting them, just because I think it looks better. Under this overhang, I'm going to line it with trapdoors just to kind of cover the grayish color coming from the campfire. Now for some detailing. On either corner, we're going to do a fence with a lantern underneath, fill in all of the windows with gates, and put a door in its place. Then on this side, we're going to go ahead and put a little planter here, go ahead and put some extra dirt with some orchids on top, and a trapdoor outside of that. And to detail this front porch area, we're going to do a door. Go ahead and make a railing using lecterns with trapdoors along the tops of those. In front of that, we're going to do, again, a row of campfires. Underneath of those, I'm going to place 3 oak gates and go ahead and open them with a fence on either side of those and a lantern underneath. Whew, we're almost done. In our little boating dock area, go ahead and finish off these planters with the dirt, orchids, and trapdoors like we did in the front. Next, on this bigger window out here, we're going to fill in that window with gates again, and repeat the same thing we did on the front with the campfires along the front. With 3 gates in the middle, go ahead and open those, and we're also going to be putting 2 additional gates on the side, but they're going to be facing sideways. And then on the ends of those gates, we'll place a fence with a lantern. On this back corner, we're just going to do a railing using lecterns and trapdoors along the top, and go ahead and continue that railing onto the porch with a lantern on the corner if you wanted additional light up there. And then right in front of that deck area, again, do the campfires with 3 open gates underneath. Oh, and don't forget this last door. That's kind of important. One last itty bitty thing of detail that's kind of a nitpicky thing, you don't have to add it, but I'm just going to add some additional trapdoors in just a few of these areas just to kind of smooth off these corners and, I don't know, add some additional detail. I don't do this all too often, but I figured I'd try it on this build because I'm already going up with so much detail. So if you want to add these additional trapdoors, you can do that. Alright, now that we have the house built, I did add a few details to it, so I thought I'd go ahead and give you a little tour of what I've done, just to kind of give further inspiration. The first thing I did, though, was add this little bridge that goes up to it, and I did end up mixing in some spruce trapdoors with this. I know it's not oak, but after I have the house built, I am not caring about the black palette anymore. I also have some brown carpet. This is to kind of look like mud. I don't know, it's just something to texture the floor a little bit. And then other textures I've added are some buttons and vines. Well, the buttons are really just to keep the vines from overtaking the whole wall. And that's pretty much it. Let's go upstairs first. So up here, I have an enchanting table that fits perfectly in this little room. As a matter of fact, right under here, you'll see there is stripped oak right next to these oak planks. So I wanted to do something to cover up the floor because I know it's not perfect. And then, of course, just blue carpet, just to add some bright colors to this room. Over here, we've got our little map area and a cartographer's table, little study area. I like this windows here. I like that you can look out. And then, of course, we have our little deck. You can do anything you want out here. I didn't do anything, but that's what it looks like here. And let's go downstairs and see this area. This house is so tiny, I tried to fit as much as I could in different places. I ended up putting the bed down here, not the most convenient place since you come right out here into the boat. It's not really like a private bedroom. And then I have like a little storage area here with barrels. and just a few odds and ends around. This is all I've added to this teeny tiny house. You could do whatever you wanted. I was just trying to mix in some different things to make it interesting. But I hope that helps you guys. Oh, let's go ahead and walk back here and go in the boat. My favorite thing about this is that you can just drive up with your boat right up to the edge of your house. The only thing about this is that you'll bump your head when you get out a little bit. So it's not the smoothest, I know, but I don't really care because I just like the fact that you can like boat right up into here. As long as you don't get stuck on anything, then just jump out with a few jump out, you know? See how easy that was? So easy. I hope you all enjoyed this video and that was able to inspire you to build some kind of house in some way, or build a whole village of these houses. Just make them your own, you know, don't make the same house over and over, but that's the idea. I just want to inspire you and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you again sometime. Bye!